share screen buttons is the part that I need to share in a little bit. So
Perfect. Yep, right down there.
perfect. Let me pull up my little note screen here. So my name is Jackie. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jackie Bissell. I've been a stylist with Color Street for just over 2 years. I celebrated my 2-year anniversary at the beginning of October. This is Teddy. He's my assistant. Can you say hi? He has been helping me from day one.
Do you pay him a lot? Teddy, does she pay you a lot?
Do I pay you good?
I'll pay you better, Teddy.
In toys, right? And candy.
Did we eat ice cream before this as like a way to make you happy? Yeah. Okay. So Teddy's 4.5. All right. So, so I've been doing this for just over 2 years, and I am talking tonight about business blessings, or in other words, how we share the opportunity. I know Danielle talked a lot about finding partners and how last week, and how to, really have that conversation with people one-on-one, and to, dig into what they're looking for out of this business and have those conversations. So I'm going to kind of piggyback on that, not as much about having the one-on-one conversations, although they are super duper important, but how we share our business blessings and ways to do so without being spammy and just different ideas, because I know that a lot of people are afraid to share that stuff. I will be honest that this is not my first go around with any kind of social selling. I did like weight loss, health supplement type stuff a few times before. So I was very used to like sharing. And when I first started that, though, it was very intimidating. This is a little different type of share, right? You're not sharing like a personal transformation from that standpoint of weight loss, but just sharing about you. And it can be kind of vulnerable and scary. So I'm here to kind of make it a little bit less scary, give you ideas. And first and foremost, you just really, really want to be relatable and be you. We talk about, and you've probably heard people talk about the pillars, posting about pillars in your business. So no, I'm not posting about Color Street on my main wall all day, every day, but I'm definitely posting about it on my main wall and making myself visible. Hey, Lizzie, because if not, you're missing out on so many opportunities if you're truly just using your VIP group and not tapping into sharing the opportunity aside from just, social selling and sharing our products. Hey, Debbie, but you're also really missing out if you're not sharing on your main wall or in your stories about the opportunity, which doesn't have to be like a, hey, join my team. I'm looking for such and such amount of people. It doesn't have to be those kinds of shares, right? So just be open-minded as you listen to what I say. And I promise I'm not going to be that, it's not, here's how you write a spammy post. But yes, developing your pillars. So for me, I post a lot about my kids. I have another kid as well, Ellie. She's sleeping. She's 2.5. She was a baby. She was 3 months old when I started Color Street. So my VIPs have like literally seen her grow up with like supporting me, which has been pretty fun because I let them do lives with me and help me pack up nail mail. Sometimes we put Teddy's confetti in my goodie bags, all kinds of fun stuff, but just being real. So I post pictures of my kids because people like to see pictures of kids, and I share milestones. That's one of my pillars. And I share just funny, like real mom stuff, because everybody knows it's not sunshine and rainbows when you have little kids, right? And I pride myself on being very real with that. And I'm also very real about my business on social media. So yes, I post like, hey, here we're doing a launch, but I'm also posting like, oh, I'm so excited because I'm packing up samples tonight and I can't wait to show some new people why I love Color Street so much. As simple as that. It's not, an obnoxious in your face. I post about team victories, like when our team has hit big sales milestones like group volume, and when people have hit big promotions that they're running for, things like that. It does not always have to be personally like, hey, look at me, although the look at me things are great because we want to toot our own horn a little bit, right? But be personal as you're doing these so that they can relate to you. That's really the point of why I'm talking about the pillars. So if all you're posting is about Color Street, but they're not really getting to know you, You are why they're going to join, right? They could join anybody, but why do they want to join you? Because you're real, you're relatable, you can help support people. They know you're not just some robot who's just, looking for numbers. Hey, Tracy. All right, so developing your pillars, trying to make sure you have a few things that you're regularly posting about in stories on your main wall, and then making sure you're not just posting nail fees. Make sure you're sharing about the opportunity in your stories. Sometimes, like whenever we update the kit or we have a join special, I'm posting about those fairly frequently in my stories. And I like to make that the interactive poll, like still thinking or please message me. And really on stories, use those GIF things to your advantage, so you can really circle, highlight the new stuff and that kind of thing. And then I'll sell it every single time. Anybody on my team who's new qualifies. So new stylists always get a shout out in my stories. So it's sprinkling this stuff everywhere, that we're enrolling new stylists, that our team is growing, that they're hitting goals. And I'll even put in there what the goals are. I've gotten more specific about that recently, because if I'm posting a story saying hey, so-and-so hit their first jump start, if you're not in Color Street, people are gonna be like, who cares? What is that? Right. So for that to click for some people on that monetary level, on that financial level of how that could benefit them, I'll say and she got such and such bonus for this. And one of our newer stylists just recently hit her the consistency bonus, which is huge for doing that. Why am I cutting this? Here you go, Ted, for hitting her 3 jump starts, right? So I need to keep my hands busy, clearly. So explaining that so that they can really see why. I also, whenever I get a big box that I've cashed out my hostess rewards, I love to share that in my stories. Stylist perk, want to know more, PM me, that kind of thing. Again, it's not spammy, but these are people join for different reasons, right? So you want to be showing these different sides of the business. I joined because I wanted to get free nails. If Ashley Smith, my enroller, told me that I could join to build a team and make such and such amount of money and blah, 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 I wouldn't have cared, right? So for some people, they're going to say, oh my God, you got that box of nails for free. I want to know more about that. For some, it's about friendship and support and community that they're missing somewhere else, which we all realize that later on, but that's not usually why we join, right?
Are you a community helper?
Am I a community helper? Do you think I'm a community helper? Thank you, Ted. So just keep in mind that the reason why you joined is not necessarily going to be the reason why somebody else joins. So keeping those things in mind when you're posting, my posts are not always going to be, from the same, going for the same angle, right? I try to pay attention to the conversations that I'm having.
Mommy,
What?
do we have any glue?
Do we have glue? We do not have any glue, bud.
Wow.
We'll have to get some, but we have tape if you really need to put something back together. I'm paying it. Hey, Kalisha, I didn't see you pop on there initially. All right. Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, don't mess with your. Can you sweep it off?
Yeah, just sweep it on the floor. We'll clean it up later. Sidetracked. I'm not sharing the same thing each time, right? So I'm not always going to share that a teammate, let me find him some tape before he destroys a drawer here. I'm not always going to share that a teammate got a bonus, because some people don't care about that. I'm going to share, hey, I overcame something scary. I did a live training, or, I ran a power half hour to help people work. And I was excited by the fact that, I could help other people and share some wealth of knowledge, but also learn from them, just things like that. But yeah, it doesn't have to be this in your face. Hey, here's the kit, join my team. We all do those here and there from time to time, because new things like that are exciting, but also sharing along the lines of, more personalized things, which again, can be hard. If it feels a little scary to push the publish button, share it with a sideline sister or your upline first and say, what do you think about this? And they can kind of be your voice of reason. I'm going through my little notes here. Business blessings do not need to be monetary, and they don't need to be big. So you want to celebrate your small wins. If you say, well, I'm not going to post anything about a business blessing until I am, making X amount of money or replacing income. I mean, so many of us wouldn't have anything to post about, right? It can be small. It can be, thanks to Color Street, I had some extra cash this week to grab a coffee, and you posted like a smile, happy Monday, show your nails. It can be something like that. It can be, you know, I am so, you know, especially leading into the holiday, you know, I'm feeling so blessed to be less stressed about spending this year. And I'm not, you know, making quotes about how much I made or anything, but just that extra financial cushion, because that's a big thing that can really, you know, help people. I think I said this already, keeping in mind the objections that you've heard recently and seeing if you can kind of turn that around without naming that person in your post. Oh, thank you. Without naming that person in your post, but by saying, you know, maybe this might apply to them and kind of get their gears turning a little more. All right, go potty. You know where it is. Ted, I can't come with you, but I'm in the next room.
I'm not going potty.
You're going to hold it.
I'm not going potty.
All right, then don't go potty. All right. Before I have you guys start working on a post of your own, because I'm not here to talk for a whole 40 minutes. I'm going to screen share here. And it says host disabled participant screen sharing, Danielle. All right, let me talk you through how to find this. 'Cause
Hold on. Let me just screen share it, or let me
all right,
just
see
move this.
if
I'm
it lets
sure
you.
I
If not,
can.
it's easy enough to talk through. So everybody should be able to find what I'm gonna point out in the VO. Thanks, Alicia. I try. Yes, that's what I'm exactly getting to about the income disclosure. So I want to show everybody where to find it. But from the standpoint of P&P, to protect ourselves against any claims, anytime you're talking truly about like the income that you've made, or for me, anytime I talk about the trips that I've earned or something like that, I always put the income disclosure in there. I'm going to show you guys where to find that. Hot tip, I have that saved in my phone because that's usually where I'm posting from, not my laptop. And that way I can just copy and paste out of notes. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna get you set up and then I'm gonna come right back, okay? Go around my chair so I can get out. Sorry, y'all, 1 second. All right, come on.
It gives me a second to try to figure this out. Oh, there we go. Make host. Let me see if I make her host. Bed still.
Done.
Yay, thank
Now let's see if
you.
it'll let me screen share.
It should.
All right, so, all right, perfect. Awesome.
Yay.
I've never
Okay,
screen shared on a Zoom before, so first time.
there we go.
All right, so
Awesome. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Jackie.
figuring that out. All right, so when you are in the VO, let me just go straight back to my, minimize this a little bit. All right, so you're gonna go to resources and you're gonna go to resources library. And then you're gonna scroll down a little bit. And again, you need this anytime you're making any like financial claims, anything that's not like just the standard, like, hey, this is, you know, I'm selling Color Street. It's when you're making any kind of claims.
Mommy,
Yes.
can you give me the blue shittle and a pink shittle?
I don't have them.
Okay. Like them.
All right, so you keep scrolling down under the maps, and then you'll see them here. So the Coloring in the Lines Academy, you'll see the policies and procedures. Now, if you go down a little bit further, you see that income disclosure statement 2021. Now that link, really all you need is the link. So if you copy and paste and put that in your phone, but that link will take you right to this. So when you put that in your post, which it should be in the body of your post, not in the comments, and it should be as close to the claim as it can be, right? Like not necessarily just at the end of the text. I'm guilty of putting it at the end a lot, but if I'm making like some big claim, I want to, you know, put it right there, like next sentence kind of thing. So it's readily visible so they can back that up, because it's true. I mean, the opportunity is there for everyone. It's an even playing field, but we don't want to mislead people by saying like, hey, just get paid to have pretty nails, or that this is easy. All right, so make sure you have the income disclosure statement available. I have like a little blurb typed up with it in my phone, so that like pretty much saying, it's what it says along the bottom here. You know, essentially it takes time and work that you put into it, and it's not going to just boom. So I just copy and paste that whole thing from my notes whenever I do an opportunity post. All right. This thing at the top of the screen is messing with me a little bit. So that's under resources. And I wanted to bring this one up too. So promoting the stylist opportunity also in resources. This has some really good examples of verbiage that is better to use and better to stay away from. So it has like a good, better, and best kind of setup. You just have to scroll down a little bit. And it's of course split between 2 pages, but I would definitely familiarize yourself with this. They've talked about this in like Tuesday trainings. They've talked about it at conference. So this may be a repeat for some of us, but you know, again, staying away from just saying like you get full-time pay for only working part-time, and that stay away from the term financial freedom or time freedom. Even if you're putting the income disclosure statement with that, it's just not the best verbiage to use, right? Because we want to really be honest and upfront with people. You want to, you know, make sure that they know that it does take work to be successful in this business. It is okay to say, so I'm pretty familiar with this because I've been doing this for a while, but if you're relatively new, I would say like screenshot it, link the, you know, save it, bookmark it so that you can easily access it. And that way,
Which the other one that I
right here, the blue,
have? I have it.
you can. That way, if you need it last minute, like before you're doing some kind,
That way. No, I need to restart it.
before you, let me see how I can get back to my screen. That way you can reference it essentially before you do any kind of post. Now with that said, I think, let me look at my notes quick, and I can share, if it helps, I can share the written notes that I made for this with all the leaders, and they can pass it down to everybody. But it's essentially all the things that I'm talking through. Also just thinking about what audience you're appealing to when you post, right? So especially recently, I'm trying to do selfies where I'm wearing lipstick. And then just talking, you know, talking about the business side of things is okay. It seems kind of scary, right? But you can truly like advertise this from the standpoint of like, are you looking for this, you know, extra income that could potentially help, you know, as not even like, hey, who loves nails? Just think about what audience you're appealing to with a post and try to switch it up too. From the standpoint of posting on your main wall, I am friends with not just my VIPs, but party guests. I send a friend request to almost everyone. So they are seeing, like, I'm not just posting in my VIP, I do, but they're seeing my things because I'm posting on my main wall, even if they're not in my VIP. Personalize it, do a picture. If you can sneak in the nails and any lipstick without feeling like it looks super weird, then it always helps. It just draws attention to it. And then mentioning and tagging your team's opportunity group. Hey, Laura, do I see Brennan? If it applies. So, you know, if you're inviting them to take a look at the opportunity, don't be afraid to do the @ and link that group in your post, because people may not want to reach out and ask for help, but they might be curious and they might be like a lurker who's never going to ask, and you never know who's going to want to click on that link. That's very loud. All right. So in this little bit of working time that we have left, my plan was for everybody to kind of formulate their own little, you know, kind of Tuesday night share. Speaking of which, I don't normally do Sunday shares as like religiously anymore. Let me see. Ted, come on, bud.
I just did one.
You did?
Yep.
I was
doing it. I was
Yeah.
doing it before you said that, but
That's perfect.
the one about promotions was good because I had someone promote to team builder and 2 people promote to senior stylist.
Yeah.
And so I did a shout out to them on my main wall. Now, I didn't include the income disclosure, didn't say anything about money. I should probably put
Yeah,
that in the
you
comments
shouldn't,
anyway.
but you shouldn't have to necessarily for promotions. That can just be like, I'm so excited to see, you worked so hard.
Well, yeah, and I talked about celebrating the wins of others.
Yeah,
I love celebrating the wins of others. Congratulations to so-and-so on their recent rake promotions. They have been stylists for all different amounts of time, but have all grown a following by having fun, sharing fun products, and taking in all sorts of knowledge. As adults, we don't celebrate other adults enough. Think about it and think about who you can celebrate this week.
I like that. I think that's really good.
Something a little different.
Because I mean,
Thanks.
that community, that's that recognition and community is a lot for people. It means a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Am I still screen sharing? Can you guys see my Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. If anybody wants examples, since I do post frequently, and since Lynette specifically asked me to do business blessings, not trying to toot my own horn, but if you want business blessing examples, friend me and you will see that I post several a week. I was gonna just kind of type one out while we were sitting here, and everybody can kind of work on their own thing. But if you're looking for verbiage, I'm gonna kind of do one just about doing this tonight. And if anybody wants to shout out questions, since we're in the last 10 minutes with all our technical difficulties, I am happy to answer questions while I'm typing, or if anybody else has anything to piggyback that I might have overlooked, feel free to add it on there.
I just love like the whole idea that you're saying, don't be posting, join my team looking for new teammates. You're just sharing the things that you're literally doing every day.
Yes.
You're just sharing your life with people.
Yeah.
When people get to know you, that's so great. That's when they want to join you. I'm curious how many times when you do a post like this, how many times have you had someone from say to you from that post, hey, I saw you noticed something or you posted something.
Yes, there's been a
more
lot of
about this.
times.
Mommy.
My enrolling has slowed down like in the last 6 months, like a lot of us, but last year, like when I was enrolling very frequently, like hitting Circle of Excellence every month, I could always tell like what posts would bring more attention. And honestly, they were even the kinds that it wasn't necessarily about Color Street. It was a picture of me. It was an inspiring quote. It was about, how you don't give up, how I failed before and I wasn't afraid to try again, or I was afraid and I did it anyway. And I didn't know what I was doing, but like just kind of being so excited about what I was doing led me to just be so passionate about it. And, it was contagious, or, just all about the community and lifting each other up. Those are the posts that definitely seem to attract the most attention from that standpoint, or really get people's gears turning more at least, and then they'll kind of come back to a conversation.
I want to just mention something, if it's okay. I'm in DSGC with Colleen Nichols, Direct Sales Growth Community, and we've been talking about this, like how we can grow our teams and like be present in stories talking about it without being like, join my team, right? So right now people are thinking of the holidays and money, and there's a lot of people who are getting extra jobs, at Target or at the grocery store or at Starbucks, and how sometimes if we mention it like properly, not like spammy or, work from your phone in the pockets of your day, but more like instead of leaving home to work, what if I could show you a way where you could work from home and with the potential to earn,
Right.
and she was just saying today that this time of year, especially, that's a big deal.
It is. A lot of times, like right around now, I'll start to do posts about like so and so many weeks till Christmas. And I'm so glad that like I'm not as stressed about, like how tight the budget can be around Christmas with spending and traveling and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think, and the other thing that I've posted regularly about the last 2 years around Christmas is that you can give a gift to yourself. And it can be something as opposed to just the material gift of the kit, which is obviously an awesome gift, as we know, but the gift of something new and exciting, and that's just for you. You know, I play up on that a lot because for me, that truly, I mean, I didn't need another thing on my plate when I joined, and I'm very upfront with people. Like when I started, I was like, I know everybody out here on Facebook thinks I'm crazy and is going to try to watch me fail because, you know, I was now a mom of 2 and just back to work and like managing all these things. And I was like, but I need something for me because all of this is for everybody else. And that was like exactly what I needed at that moment. And obviously has, you know, I'm still running with it. So how about you color for now and we'll do paint after. Okay. I'm almost done, Ted. There's about 5 minutes left. You can go ahead. All right. So my post, Daddy's not going to be mad. Why do you think he's going to be mad? So my post is more so just playing up on like team and community fun stuff. We did a Zoom, like a Club 700 Zoom the other night where we did a game night. And that was really fun, just like to take time out of like our busy day and like connect with each other. And so I'm talking about that and reserving a room for conference, just kind of as a like hinting of this. We're already planning to be there because why wouldn't we? Yes.
I don't want to go on that side anymore, and I want to put tape on those sides.
Go ahead. You can put tape on it.
But
Here.
what if
You can fix it if it gets messed up. It's not going to get
no,
messed up
I
that
know
bad.
if it's
And then I'm going to
stuck
put
in-
this on here.
and we can get it. I just like whip the tape off.
You're going to rip the tape.
But actually, I don't want to do that.
But this is how I'm going to post this as like, I need a picture. So everybody say cheese. When I get off the computer. Anybody have questions about any of this stuff? I feel like I talked a lot and it should have been more of like a working session, but I hope it was helpful points.
Can you send me that picture?
Sure. And I can send out, like I said, that little document of like just my talking points and things that I talk about. Because I know it's kind of like, I'm a little squirrel brained, in case y'all can't tell. I don't know why. All right. Well, I can't wait to see some fun shares tonight.
I really liked this. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing your ideas with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for being here.
Inspired to keep trying. Keep posting
Yes,
stuff.
and I mean, there's always a pattern in my posts. Like when like the team volume isn't there or the personal business isn't as strong as I would like it to be, and we know that all those ebbs and flows are totally normal, my posts are different. And I'm not there like, you know, complaining or saying woe is me, because I know it will get better, but I'm focusing on the positives. So my posts right now might not be, hey, we sold $10,000 in 24 hours as a team, but they might be like, I am so fortunate that I have this team that does rely on me to lead them and help them, and just this community to lean on. So I focus on different aspects depending on where I'm at in my business too. And I think that really, it lets people see that we are real and we're not like, you know, no, it's not sunshine and rainbows, but we're not posting about, you know, we're continuing to focus on the good things that we get out of this.
That's awesome.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna see if Teddy's creating some disaster in the living room.
Yeah, no paint, Teddy. I hope he's not painting, Jackie.
He has no paint now.
Okay.
The paint is not in an area he can get it, which is why he always asks for it.
Famous last words.
We love painting in this house. Yes, you can give Bennett a treat. All right.
Thank you,
Everybody have a great
Jackie.
night. Yeah, thank you guys.
Good,
Thanks for being
Jackie.
here.
Jackie.
Good night.
Night.
Night.